Welcome back to the Rich Eisen Show, and pleased to have on for the second straight year here at the Super Bowl. Last year we had him on in Atlanta, and he's been kind enough to return here, courtesy of our friends at Old Spice. Good to see from the New York Football Giants, Saquon Barkley. Good to see you, sir. How are you?
Thanks for having me, always.
All right, so there's a couple of questions that you said during the commercial break that I want to get out here for the radio and television viewing audience right now. Let's just ask me the question you just asked me just seconds ago.
So the question I have, are we in a parking garage?
The answer is yes, we are in a parking garage.
That's impressive. That is impressive.
We are in a parking garage. We are on the 6th floor of a parking garage for those, if there is anybody literally scoring at home. And it's just been totally redone. Is this the first interview you've ever conducted or have conducted in a parking garage?
I can honestly say this is the first interview that I've ever done in a parking garage.
Okay. There was no like when you were trying to get recruited or hey, let's meet in a parking garage.
Parking lot.
Okay.
Different though, right?
Okay, now.
Yes.
Where was that? At
parking lot.
Parking lot was just.
I went to a camp in Maryland. I went to a camp in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So probably in there where there was like a rivals camp or something like that, and I probably had an interview in a parking lot before.
But never in a structure
first
built for cars to be parked.
Exactly.
On a 6th floor.
On a 6th floor, first time ever.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Saquon. So you could check that box. Let's check that box. And then, there's so much that we could talk to you about, and we will, about your season, about what you think about this Super Bowl, and obviously we'll get to Old Spice in a second. But you also asked me a question when you sat down in the chair prior to the parking garage question. Mm-hmm. Now, I'll give you the floor on what you asked me there as well.
What are we shooting for this year for the 40?
Okay, what are we shooting for this year for the 40-yard dash?
And I got some tips if you need help.
Yes.
He needs help.
Yeah,
he needs help.
Excuse me.
I say that as your friend.
Yeah, we're friends, and we're telling you might need a little help.
I understand that. So I'm shooting for truly less than 5'9" this year.
Okay.
Sub 5'9", 5'8" and change. I'm already going through some workout regimens, moving around. I've been told I'm accessing my hips better.
Okay.
Now, you know what this means, right? That's an important part of getting out, right? It's an important part. Important part of getting my issues have been getting my feet up.
Yeah. It's all about the start.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what tips do you have for me? What do you have for me?
Tips that I had going to college, going to the combine, by the 11th yard, you have to have taken your 6th or 7th step to get to a 4.4. So let's try to do the math here.
If we're trying to
get to a 5'9", by the 11th yard, you probably got to take your 10th or 12th step or 13th step. So
okay. So
that's manageable.
So to get a 4.4, now but you're a natural athlete. I'm becoming one. So did you legitimately count your steps when you're on the charity stripe? Not at the combine?
Not in the combine.
Okay.
In the combine, you kind of just let your training just take over. But, when I was training, that was something that we kind of focused on, making sure you keep your head down and make sure that a lot of people think that you try to be explosive, so they try to take that explosive step, and you're actually just wasting a step there. So it's kind of pop, 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 and then make sure by 11 yard, I think you're at your 6th, maybe your 6th step.
Okay. Now, if I get to 6 steps by the 11-yard line,
that's 4.4. You'll shock the world.
Could you imagine?
You'll shock the world.
If I
shock easily.
That is an understatement, Saquon.
I think they'd make me pee in a cup as soon as I pass the 40-yard line. They'd have a cup waiting for me.
Mayock would have a cup just
right there.
waiting.
Exactly. So, all right. So I've got to be. See, my issue now is I would count legitimately as I'm running.
Well, when you train and do it.
So training, I need to get to, you say, by the 11-yard line.
Let's get 13.
13th, but I mean, wow. So, I got to just keep churning and keep going. Now, what about the idea of when you pop up? Like, how low do you have to stay?
Everyone's different, but
right.
So, excuse me. For me, I would say I would try to just stay focused on having an explosive start, so your first 10 yards.
Yes.
And then let it naturally come up. A lot of people are so focused, some people's around this yard line or that yard line.
Yes.
And they're running head down and they just pop straight up.
Yes.
Trust me, my combine 40 time was nice, but technician-wise wasn't really good.
What did you get? What were you at the combine?
4.4. But I slipped. I slipped in the beginning.
You slipped?
I slipped. So
and ran a 4.4.
Yes. Oh, makes it more impressive, right?
It does
Probably?
indeed.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm
So-
sure they all saw it. I'm sure all the
Exactly.
evaluators saw that you must
So
have
I'm
slipped.
trying to make sure you don't do what I did.
So I've been slipping for 16 straight years, and I haven't overcome it.
That's what I've always
unfortunately.
been saying.
That's why you say when you use words like naturally, you gotta translate it to my ability. But I appreciate those.
No problem.
So if I go sub 5'9", we will remember this moment
This
right
moment,
here at the
yeah.
Super Bowl when you and I chatted in a parking garage for you for the very first time. Saquon Barkley here on the Rich Eisen Show. At the combine, did you think you were going to the Giants? Did you what did you think at that point in time?
No, I wanted to be the first pick.
Right.
So I was just, I knew that. Did I necessarily have to do the combine? Because I feel like you go watch my film and
Yeah.
I answered all those numbers. But
Right.
as a competitor, I wanted to go out there and try to beat every one of my competitors at the running back position and try to
Right.
finish in the top of what I was going to do, the events I participated in. And so my mindset was trying to do whatever I can to show all the scouts and show everyone that I am worth the number 1 pick. But I wasn't, and I went to New York Giants and made it even better for me, closer to home, the most ideal situation for me and my family. I was born in New York, and now I play in the biggest city in the world, and hopefully we can get things turned around.
Has your dad gotten over the fact you're not a Jet? Has he gotten over
Yes,
that?
he has. He still has a tattoo. He's over there right now.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, you still the tattoo
The
says
tattoo's
what?
right there.
The
You see it? That's the Jets logo in red.
The Jets logo in red. It's right behind you, right
Right
there.
there.
He's in the stands right there. Oh my
Don't
gosh.
be shy now. Don't be shy now.
He's
It's ashy.
It's
yeah.
ashy. Okay. So he's got that thing working.
Yeah, but yeah, he's over it.
He's over it.
I'm in New York. I'm close. His son's. I bought my house in New Jersey, and I'm literally a 50-hour minute drive from my family. So
Okay.
I'm home.
Let's talk about the here and now then, Saquon.
Yeah.
Have you connected with Jason Garrett yet, your new offensive coordinator?
Just talked to Coach Garrett over the phone. He's excited. I'm excited. He said, I like to use running backs, and I said, I've been watching on the other side for the last 2 years, so I definitely know how you like to use running back. But just not only the running backs, Dak, Amari Cooper, and all the tight ends, and everyone there, they always had a lot of success there, especially on the offensive side of the ball. And I think we have a lot of talent from Daniel Jones to myself to Evan Ingram and Sterling Shepard and Tate and Slayton and there's so many names, and I feel like we always had a talent, but now it was a new fresh start,
Yes.
and we get to get things rolling. And I think April is when OTA starts and get in that playbook, and try to prepare ourselves the most we can for camping and so on and so on.
Now, Garrett's one of my favorite people in the world. I've gotten to know him, and he's so positive. I mean, it's amazing how positive he is and how upbeat the guy is, even though sometimes the circumstances around him are not. So I ask this question with the utmost of respect. How weird is it, though, that the longtime coach of the Dallas Cowboys is now the offensive coordinator of the New York Giants to you?
That's not at all. I've actually never even thought about it that way. That's what the NFL is, whether it's what you see players from one team to another team to
Right.
another team, and you see coaches bounce around here and there. He definitely was at Dallas for a very long time, and did a really great job in my opinion. So hopefully we could have some of that same success, or even better, even more success in New York.
And I say this with the ultimate respect for you. I'm not trying to throw you under any bus at all. How about that for a setup for a question?
Okay, yeah.
Did you have to Google Joe Judge when you heard his name?
No.
You knew who he was.
Because social media, I knew that we were interviewing him and stuff like that.
You did know that.
Yes,
Okay.
I knew we were interviewing him, stuff like that. But Joe Judge, I texted him and saying congratulations. And then
You
we
had
got
his
him.
number?
I asked Mr. Gettleman for it once to announce it.
Okay.
And then I went and met him, and when I tell you, words can't describe how excited I am. And when you have a conversation with this man, you can just the look in his eye. He has a look in his eye that.
Okay, describe it for me. What does it
it's just
say?
It's literally just piercing. And he's just literally everything you can see. He's detailed. Even what the conversations that you have, and when he tells you how the team's going to be, and what's going to be the focus, and what's going to be the mindset, and you can see that you know that we have a guy that's going to come here and set the standard, and that's why it's important. It's very important for the head coach to set the standard, and the offensive coordinators to follow that message, and the leaders like myself and Daniel and Ogletree and all those guys, and to trickle it down to the team, so we all can be on one page. And I think that's, take away the talent, take away the scheme, the X and the O's. When you have a common goal or a common theme that what's your why as a team, and
Yes.
you're all able to hold each other accountable for it, I think that helps for success of a team. And you already know that's the thing that we're going to set there with Coach Judge.
Yeah, I mean, certainly since Matt Rule and a lot of folks in New York City thought he was going to be the guy,
Yeah.
and he had a press conference the day before, and he crushed his press conference. They're like, I think this guy, obviously winning and losing on Sundays in the fall or Thursdays or Mondays in the fall is what's most important, but you have to win the press conference. I thought he crushed the press conference. I saw,
Joe Judge.
yeah, I did.
Coach Judge,
And I saw like Golden Tate was tweeting out like, I want to play right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
so were you there that day when he?
No, I was not there for the press conference that day. I think I was around town, and I think the next day,
Right.
I was just coming back into town that day, and the next day I went in and just sat down. Me and Daniel Jones actually sat down with Coach Judge, and had a nice little talk.
How was Eli this year?
It's Eli. Obviously, the season probably didn't go the way he would like, and after 2 games, DJ came in.
Yes.
But that's the things that you respect about him the most. You have a 16-year-old vet who's a 2-time MVP, Super Bowl MVP, 2-time Super Bowl winner,
Yes.
a future Hall of Famer, and to be able to have a guy come in and lose his job, but still interact with the team the way he did, and still help Daniel Jones the way he did, to show you how much class he has. And as a young player, you look up to that, and those are things that you take notice.
A few more minutes left here with Saquon Barkley. Who wins this Super Bowl? What do you got?
Old-fashioned defense and running the ball. I know maybe I'm biased because I'm a running back, but
Okay.
I know where the game is. Everyone thinks it's passing the ball, and Patrick Mahomes is unbelievable talent with
Yes.
Kelsey and Hill, and they have so much over there. But the 49ers, when the top 2 defense playing the Super Bowl, they're 15-5.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go with the team that has great defense, and they have a stable of running backs that all can run the ball, and Jimmy G, who's a heck of a quarterback, and with Kittle has an amazing tight end, and obviously they have amazing talent all around. But I think the 49ers are gonna pull it off.
Do you think the 49ers are going to win this thing? The Chiefs don't play the Giants next year, do they? I don't.
No, we play the 49ers though.
Right.
So I would like to be able to play the Super Bowl, the
Right.
reigning Super Bowl champs.
And now let's talk about Old Spice, sir.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what you bring to the equation here today.
Got some
What do you got?
Ultra Spice, Ultra Smooth. For me, everyone knows me. I'm kind of like a low-key guy, and they got some nice, fresh, low-key scents. They got deodorant, obviously. They got face and body wash. The face and body wash is dermatologist tested.
Okay.
That's not really common with with these kind of things. So
Right.
Old Spice got a step ahead of everyone there. And I use it. I love it, and it's on shelves in stores now. So if you want to smell good and
Yes.
be a little more ultra smooth, go get you some
Old Spice Ultra Smooth in stores right now. And I would be remiss not to ask you about Kobe before you've left here, because we're well aware of your affinity for him and how you posted the fact that you put Mamba mentality on your shoes, and he responded to you this past summer. What was that like for you to get that response?
I was telling my dad and them I was upstairs in L.A. And when I made the video, I tweeted out to Kobe, and Kobe responded. And my manager would tell you he thought something happened in the house. I just started screaming. I've really never been starstruck, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to meet Kobe. But me and my dad were talking about the cars. I don't think I'm in the position I am today without being a fan of Kobe Bryant. Obviously, I have great parents, but my dad's someone who introduced me to Kobe Bryant, and I just kind of fell in love with just the Mamba mentality, the relentless approach, the way that he carried himself. Even being a father now and having a daughter, and I know the things going around saying girl dad, and that is the way his lifestyle and the way his work ethic I try to add to my game. And I know I'm years away from that, and I may never reach that, but if I can have half the impact Kobe had on myself and other people to the kids growing up and watching football, I think that's would be one of the best things I can do, not only for my family but also to honor and represent Kobe.
I don't know if it's, again, when you're hanging around here at a Super Bowl week and you're trying to figure out about the game, and sometimes you're filling time on a show like this one. I don't know if I'm going too deep here, but just hearing so many of the players talking about Kobe and what he meant to them, and how the Mamba mentality, we just heard from you, okay, and how it is so woven in your DNA as a player. I'm wondering if so many guys on this field on Sunday are going to be honoring Kobe, that we may see the most well-executed Super Bowl in the history of the game. Yeah. And I'm asking a player if you think I'm thinking it too deep, or do you think it's possible?
I don't think so. I think even when you just look at going on social media, there's high school games, and there's a community college freshman who dropped 81 points and airballed his last free throw to make sure he had 81 points. There was a high school basketball player who wore 24, and the crowd is chanting Kobe, and he hits the game winner. I agree with you 100%. We were saying that this is one of the biggest, this is it's a devastating event that happened, but just like the impact that's having on other people, and the impact that you can see that Kobe had on so many individuals is truly amazing. And not only with the loss of Kobe, but with the loss of his daughter. For me, being a father, being a young father, obviously was hurt when I found out Kobe passed away. But then when I found his daughter passed away, one of the first things I want to do was just pick up my phone. I was on vacation in Antigua, and just pick up my phone and call my daughter and make sure I tell her I love her, and not only her, just anyone. And that's kind of what I would just advise anyone. You never know how short your time is on this earth, and so that's why you just got to try to live up to the fullest and try to have the most impact you can on other people.
Well, your first 2 years, and certainly in your years at Penn State, where I'm sure Kobe, that's where you caught his eye, as he's a Philly guy. I'm sure you had focus on a Pennsylvania sports scene, and the fact that you have done what you've done so far and how you conduct yourself, you definitely, and that you're aware of the impact that you have. I think you're well on your way to what you hope to achieve. But you know how I feel about you.
Thank you, man.
That's Saquon Barkley right here of the New York Giants, part of Old Spice Ultra Smooth in stores right now. Kurt Warner is here. He will be next right here on The Rich Eisen Show from the Super Bowl in Miami.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live, or download the Rich Eisen Show app.